Hi guys, thank you so much for being here with me again, and a huge welcome to those of you who are new. So since during the last poll some of you has shown interest towards certain topics that are not necessarily romantic, I decided that at least once a week I'm gonna do a non-romantic video. So today this is it. So we're gonna see what is it that you can do to attract more abundance into your life. So for some of you it could be financial abundance, for some others could be different type of abundance. So you can adapt it towards your situation. So in order to make your choice, we have 4 piles here. So I'm going to tell you the name of the crystals and the card. We have pile number 1 with the Knight of Acorns and the Fluorite crystal. Pile number 2 with the 5 of Shells and the Labradorite crystal. Pile number 3 with the 4 of Crystals and the Shiva's Eye. 4 of Crystals. Yeah, I got confused there. And then the Page of Feathers in pile number 4 with the new Jade. So I would suggest to close your eyes for a moment and take a few deep breaths and picture your question, and then when you feel calm enough you can open your eyes and see whichever of these cards or crystals you intuitively feel more drawn to. Don't worry if you feel attracted for more than a card, that's okay too. It means that you have a mix of messages in both those piles, or even more if that's more. And you can also use the timestamps in the info box below and in the comment section below to give you a hand with your choice, because sometimes we are more intuitively drawn from certain numbers rather than others. But yeah, if you feel that it hasn't resonated whatsoever and that is not the reading for you, then I would suggest to come back here to the intro and make your choice again, really making sure that you feel calm. And if it has resonated a lot but you would like to receive more details regarding your specific situation, then feel free to contact me for a private reading. There's all the infos, instructions and everything in the info box below, and email, prices and everything, so you can do that. Also, if you're interested to get any of the deck that I'm using during any of these readings, you always find the Amazon affiliate link in the info box below, so you know where to buy them, and that's also gonna help a little the channel if you decide to buy them from there. So that's it for now, guys. Another thing is that I might actually not shuffle the cards in camera today because my right hand is hurting for some reason, so I'm just using my left hand. So basically I'm simply gonna shuffle the cards messily outside of the camera, spreading them on the table, and then come back to you, and I don't feel that there's any need for you to see that huge mess. So yeah, that's it. And another thing is that, as always, this is a general reading, therefore may or may not resonate with all of you, or even just a portion of the video might resonate with you and not the rest, which is why it's really important you always follow your intuition while listening to these readings. So take what feels right and leave the rest, and try not get too attached to the result of the reading. So that's really it for now. I'll see you at the beginning of your pile. Hi guys, if you chose pile number 1 with the Fluorite and the Knight of Acorns, this is the reading for you. So I already said it in the intro, but if you haven't heard it, I can't use my right hand today just because it's very hurting, so I cannot shuffle the cards in camera. I did already shuffle them for you, so all we're gonna do is to cut the deck and then spread the cards for you. So we're gonna answer to a few questions. The first one is gonna be, what is your attitude towards abundance? And then we're going to see what are certain blockages that you are not aware of regarding abundance, other blockages that you are aware of regarding abundance, what are the resources that could help you to achieve more abundance but that you're not using, and then what is it a change that you could do to attract more abundance, and what are the events or people that you should embrace in the future in order to attract abundance. So let's go ahead with the first question, which has been answered by the card that you chose, which is the Knight of Acorn. Your attitude towards abundance is actually quite nice, because it seems that you are quite optimistic. That's the word. Quite optimistic regarding the fact that you can achieve abundance as long as you want to make the effort, as long as you are passionate enough about something, as long as you are ready to chase it, basically, to make some action. So it seems that you're very optimistic regarding abundance. I have to say though that I sense that you believe that in order to achieve lots of abundance, you have to make a lot of effort, a lot of actions, and that is not necessarily true all the time. Sometimes it's also very important that after we decide what we want, yes, we need to make the work, but we also need to let go a little bit of our own desires in order to allow the universe to make them come towards us, because if we hold too tight, and it might not happen, our plans might not actually develop the way that we wanted to. So sometimes it's also good to relax and enjoy the bliss of life as well. That will still keep you into a very high vibrational state, which is the best state that you could possibly be into in order to attract abundance. Anyway, I find that this is very, very positive, your attitude. So let's have a look now. I'm gonna cut the deck for you and see what is it, some blockages that you are not aware, that you are aware of. We have the Four of Acorns. Blockages regarding abundance that you're aware of. Stability. The stability seems to be a little bit of blockages that you are aware of. So it seems that maybe because you're very settled down in your home, in your village, in your hometown, or with your job, and it's something that is giving you a lot of security, a lot of stability, like a very safe income that you can trust every single month. Since you are quite attached to that, you don't want to let go of that comfort. It could also be that you're quite attached to the community surrounding you. It could be like your co-workers or the people you work with anyway. It could also be friends that you work with at the same business or something. It looks like you feel so at ease in this situation that you struggle to let go of this. What I mean is that you might struggle to actually embrace new opportunity into your life that could bring you even more money, or the other things that you've been asking, whatever abundance represent for you. So it looks like you quite like to be in the comfort zone, and you know it as well. Indeed, you know that in order to attract abundance, you have to make a lot of effort and move. The Knight of Acorns talk a lot about actions. You can see the wild boar is moving somewhere. They are quite, they move a lot. So it could be that as well, that you are aware that you would have to move away, maybe from your hometown, or start traveling a little bit, but definitely nourishing a passion within you that maybe you've been keep hidden, or you didn't have much time to focus on. So let's see what are certain blockages that you are not aware of. The Star. So I feel that you are not aware of the fact that certain wishes that you have, certain desires, certain passions that could bring a lot more abundance into your life, you subconsciously believe that they are only an illusion, that is only a fruit of your imagination, something that is still nice to think about, but that you don't really believe so much. You don't think about it as something that could concretely happen. Okay, so there could be this side of you, yeah, that is like, yeah, sure, when I was younger I thought of doing that and it would have be a great success, but what you think it is just a little dream of a teenager, for example, and that's the attitude that is kind of blocking you from attracting abundance, because you're not fully believing in those dreams That's what I sense. You kind of feel that is like a childish to get attached to those dreams, but is not. So let's see what are certain resources that you have but that you're not using. King of Feathers, you are an amazing leader and an amazing communicator. So that's something that you really need to be aware of. You're also very loyal, and you're very able to make things right between two parties that are not agreeing with each other. So you're very good at being the middle person that kind of adjust things and allow two parties to find a balance again. So if that's something that is associated to your teenager dreams, then think about it, because you clearly have amazing ability communicating. So you could be even, I mean, I'm not doing the list of all the things that you could do with that ability, but I'm thinking of lawyer, I'm thinking of a medium, thinking of an influencer, a YouTuber as well, a singer, and also I said it, this is like a great leader ability. So you could be like an entrepreneur or like the manager of a business or something like that. But clearly it seems that tarot are telling you that you need to believe harder in your dreams, and don't let them hidden in the dark side of your soul, or even just in the lost memories of your childhood. Just bring them back again and try to come out of your comfort zone. I'm gonna see now what is some events that you should embrace to, or people that you should embrace to. And actually, sorry, the first thing is like an advice or change that you could make. And we have the Nine of Crystals. The Nine of Crystals talk about security and abundance, feeling that you've already created your network and that you don't want to make a new one. That's what I'm sensing here. There's a lot of abundance and already in your life, it looks like, or that you created some security anyway. Even if it's not enough abundance for you, it's still secure. So that's the change that tarots are suggesting you to do again. So everything seems to be connected to the fact that you're very stable and secure in one place, and that is very hard for you to step out of your comfort zone. Also, I sense here, I have kind of the impression that this spider is actually moving from a network to making another one. So making connection with new different people could actually be very useful to you. So if you knew people as well outside of your country that has ideas for you, don't let them go. I sense that it's really important for you to, as I said, come out of your comfort zone, and therefore making new connections, definitely. So let's see what are the events or people that you need to embrace. Here we have the Ten of Feathers, which actually talk about ending and feeling okay with that end. So coming out of that end with a healing attitude and recovering from it, and take the benefits of that transformations rather than seeing the dramatic aspect of it. So I really have the feeling that in order for you to embrace even more abundance into your life, you need to let go of that old stability and possibly close a contract, or end something from the past that is holding you back, because it really seems that there is something new waiting for you, but you really need to believe in your own abilities, in the dreams of your true self, and not the dreams of the people surrounding you. And then feel free that if the connection that you made in this current world, in this current situation, if they are important for you, they will keep being present for you, even though you decide maybe to start a business across the ocean. I mean, I know that is not the best time to talk about business outside of the country, but it will come a moment where we finally get out of this lockdown, so it's also good to start thinking about that. So I feel that there is a lot of opportunity for you if you come out of your stability and security, and I feel that you have the right attitude with this Knight of Acorns. I feel that you are excited about a new adventure, starting something new, and there's a lot of passion and enthusiasm here in the journey that the wild boar has started. Okay, I'm just gonna get now a few cards from the Ask and It Is Given cards, and also the Law of Attraction cards. So if you forgive, I'm just gonna pause the video and shuffle them with my hand and come back. Okay, so I shuffle the cards and I'm gonna cut the decks for you so you can see what cards pop up for you. We have I'm a magnet attracting unto myself. And then let's see from this other, I can accept myself as a vibrational being. Actually, sorry, it's a bit awkward just with one hand. I hope you can forgive me. So I can accept myself as a vibrational being. So let's see what's the message behind. It says, once you begin to accept yourself as a vibrational being who attracts all things that come into your experience, once you understand the correlation between what you're thinking, feeling, and what you're receiving, you then hold the keys to get from wherever you are to whatever you want to be on all subjects. So I hope you are familiar with the law of attractions theory, which basically means that whatever we feel, whatever we think, whatever we believe, we do attract. So this is saying to you that it's really important to accept the fact that whatever vibration you are putting out there into the universe is going to attract the things in synchrony to that vibration. So of course, if you have a negative vibration, you're going to attract negative experiences and everything like that. So they are really recommending you to accept the fact that you are a vibrational being. And then let's see, we have I am a magnet attracting unto myself, and the message is, without exception, what you give thought to, wanted or unwanted, you begin to invite into your experience. See yourself as a magnet attracting unto you the essence of whatever you're thinking and feeling. For example, if you feel poor, you cannot attract prosperity. It defies the law. So really put some attention into your thoughts. Because if there are some thoughts regarding disability, for example, like, oh, I'll never find another job that make me feel that secure and that stable, or I'll never find another job that give me that type of salary, or oh, I'll never have the, whatever abundance means to you. If you have those beliefs, then it's really hard to come out of it, and you're always gonna stay in a stagnant phase. You're not gonna challenge yourself doing something new that could bring you even more prosperity. So really dare to dream, really dare to feel yourself in that new you that has attracted whatever you want, because even just believing that you have it already is gonna be a huge step for you to actually have it in reality. Okay, so that was the advice for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this new type of reading. Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and hit the notification bell down below if you haven't done it yet, and if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video. So as I said, I'm gonna do a non-romantic video at least once a week, and then all the others are still gonna be romantic because that's still what the majority of you prefer. And participate to the polls if you always want to have a word regarding the next video's topic. So that's all I have, guys, for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys really soon. Bye bye now. Hi, pile number 2. If you chose the 5 of shells with the Labradorite, this is the reading for you. So I don't know if you have heard during the intro, but I can only use my left hand today because the right one, I don't know, is very painful today. So I'm just gonna leave it resting, which means I can't shuffle the cards live in camera because it would be just very awkward and messy. But I did shuffle them already before clicking the record button, so all we're gonna do is to cut the deck in front of you, so in order to choose your cards. And I also wanted to say that basically we're gonna answer to a few questions for your situation. First of all, it's gonna be what it is your current attitude towards abundance, and we're gonna see what are certain blockages that you are not aware of regarding abundance, what are certain blockages that you are aware of regarding abundance, what are certain changes that you could do that tarot suggests you to do, what are certain peoples and events that you should embrace in order to attract more abundance, and what are certain resources within you that you are not actually fully using and that they could help you attracting more abundance, whatever abundance means to you. So regarding your attitude regarding abundance, we have the 5 of shells. Usually the 5 of shells is quite of a negative attitude because it means that you are quite focusing on the negative rather than focusing on the beautiful opportunity in front of you. You see, like, the light is behind you, but you can't focus onto the light. You're focusing onto the shadow, even though the shadow is actually having, you see, only 1 shell, and in the light there is like 4 shells in the brightness, which means there's a lot of opportunity that you might miss if you keep focusing on the negative, if you keep focusing on what you have lost. So it could be that you have been through a moment of losing something really important for you, losing a business or losing whatever represented abundance to you. So you might think that it's never gonna come back, and or that if you attract something else, it's never gonna be the same. So that would be your current attitude. If you find that this is not true, you can come back to the intro and make your choice again, but that's what I'm seeing here. So let's see what are certain blockages that you are not aware of, that you are aware of. And we have the 5 of feathers. The 5 of feathers talk about inner conflicts. So it could be that you are very conflicted, whether deciding where to focus your attentions on, or conflicted whether choosing an option rather than another. Or it could be that there is a part of you that is not fully feeling worthy of abundance, okay? And you might feel that you actually deserve this luck in a way. And so if you are aware, again, if this is true, because this should be something that you're aware of, then again this is another confirm that this is the reading for you. But yeah, it really seems that it could also be that you have had some conflicts with people. Maybe if you are have some difficulties with your co-worker or with your family or whoever you share your abundance with, it could be that there is some a conflict of interest there, and so that could be a reason why it's very hard for you to attract more abundance. So let me have a look at what blockages you are not aware of. The Emperor in reverse. So this let me know that you might have a lack of focus, or a lack of stability, or a lack of direction. So you might not fully know what is it that you want to achieve in your life, or you might be a little distracted, again conflicted, because it could be that you are interested to many things and in the end you don't choose any of them. So it could be that, yeah, there is a bit of a lack of direction, and this could be like a subconscious issue. So it could also be that you are not fully ready to create something stable into your life, because it would mean to settle down, and maybe you're not fully ready. to do that. It could also be that you are not fully ready to embrace the leader side of you, because you have the potentiality to be a great leader here. You're not afraid to be bossy, and you are actually lots of great advices for people, because you are actually experienced, but there's a little lack of trust within yourself, I sense here. And also it could be that there is lack of order into your life right now, and that is kind of creating those conflicts. It's kind of it's not putting you into the right, it's not allowing you to focus into the right things. Okay, it could be that you're very much distracted because things are very much not in order into your life. So it could be that if you start making a list of all the things that you want to achieve into your life, a list of all the things that you are willing to commit to in order to achieve those things, if you make a plan, because the Emperor is definitely somebody that has a plan, then you might feel less how do you say, like pulled from the waves, you know, and you might feel that you have more control over your life. It seems like now you maybe are not aware, but you have very little control over your life, over what is it that is happening to your life. It could be that you feel a little bit victim of life, like life just happens to you, but you are not. It's like you're on top of a horse, and it's just you're not able to hold the reins. Do you call them reins? I don't know, like whatever you hold to tell the horse where to go. It's like you're just completely abandoned to wherever the horse wants to go, if you know what I mean. So that could be a subconscious issue that is a bit hard for you to take control onto your life. Okay, so let me have a look now at what are the resources that you have and that you are not fully paying attention to. You have the power to manifest the prosperity that you want and start something new. It could be that you actually have the money as well to start a new business or to start your life somewhere else, but definitely to start something new, have a new adventure that is gonna bring lots of stability, because the crystals is definitely the most trustworthy suit, and most, yeah, the one that you can definitely rely on. So it seems that you could possibly have like financial abundance that you're not having access to, like something maybe like some savings in the banks or something like that, and you are not touching them right now because it's in reverse as well. It could also be that you have received an offer and you decided not to step into it, not to fully manifest it. It could be that you didn't feel completely worthy to do that, or everything else was just not in place and you had lots of confusion. So, and you again were very much focus on the negative side, or focus on what you lost. Therefore, it's very hard for you to embrace the new, but it's actually there. You have the resource, you have the ability to start something new, and probably you have it concretely, like materially. You have the opportunity. So I don't know, I'm hearing like you could be opening a crystal shops or something, and you have the money for it, but you're not doing it. It's just gonna how do you say, resonate with a very small portion of you, but that's what I'm sensing here. And then let's see what are certain changes. Is that the changes first? Yeah, like an advice, certain changes that you should do. We have the Two of Crystals in reverse. So there is definitely lack of balance and lack of being able to adapt yourself to new situation, to new environments, and also inability to make a decision. So tarots are really telling you, spirits are really telling you that a good thing that you could do for yourself in order to attract more abundance is to be more decisive. And you see, both with the Emperor and the Two of Crystals in reverse, I see that there is a lot of indecision and inability to take control of your life. So really write that list. Decide where is it that you want to be, where is it that you want to go, where is it that you see yourself at in 10 years, and then start working on it, because you have the elements to do it, whether it is financial prosperity that you have guarded somewhere, saved somewhere, or whether it's your own ability, like a hidden gift that you haven't fully developed just yet. And there is definitely a possibility for you to attract a lot more once you decide what is it that you want to attract to, once you embrace who you are as well, embrace all your gifts, and again, don't give the power to other people to decide what you should do into your life. So then I'm gonna get another card to see what is it that you should embrace, what people or events you should embrace into your life. And we got the Knight of Shells here. I'll show it to you here. So the Knight of Shells is definitely, it could be a romantic effort here, a romantic gesture here. So it could be that somebody's actually coming quite flirtatious or giving you an offer that seems too good to be true, and that you're like, oh my god, is that just an illusion, or am I actually seeing it? Is it actually coming towards me? So it's something really charming, something that you're like, oh my god, I'm so into this, and I never imagined that I would have had this opportunity in front of me. But you really need to take it on, rather than thinking, oh, this is never gonna work, I don't deserve this, or I'm still waiting for from what I built in the past, you know, like holding on tight to the past, or to whatever you've lost. So spirits are really telling you that there is an offer, whether it's from a person, like a romantic person, or whether it's from a business. There is an offer coming your way, and it's gonna be impossible for you not to recognize it. The mistake that you might do is to not be enough decisive about it. So you might say, oh look, I'm gonna take some time to think about this, and then you're actually gonna let months pass, and then you lose the opportunity. So it's really important that you take the chance as soon as you see it. Okay, so now I'm gonna shuffle the cards. The other oracle decks, I have the Love Attraction cards here, two different deck. I'm getting confused. So I'm gonna shuffle them with my awkward left hand, and then as soon as I'm ready, I'm gonna show them to you. Okay, here I am with the decks shuffled. So I'm just gonna cut the decks for you to pick your cards. And we have, my thoughts are like powerful magnets. And then from this deck we have, I can accept myself as a vibrational being. So I'm gonna read you the message behind, and it says, once you begin to accept yourself as a vibrational being who attracts all things that come into your experience, once you understand the correlation between what you're thinking, feeling, and what you're receiving, you then hold the keys to get from whatever you are to whatever you want to be on all subjects. So I really hope you are familiar with the law of attraction concept, but if you are not, basically it says that we create, with our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, we create a vibrational spiral, let's say, that is gonna suck into our life whatever we think and feel and believe. So whatever you feel, you attract. That's basically the essence. So, but in order to do so, they are saying you, they're suggesting you that it's really important you accept that you are a vibrational being and you are aware of it every single day. So anytime that you are in this state where you're like really focused on what you've lost, think about the possibility of attracting more and more of what you lack. I mean, to attract more and more luck into your life. So it's really important that you, yes, embrace that state, because we can't feel happy and cherishing life every single minute of our life. Of course there are down moments as well, but then it's very important to give it enough time to it, and then when it's done, it's over, and we don't think about it anymore, and we try to focus on much more positive thoughts, and focus on what is it that we can attract, rather than focusing on what we lost. Okay, then we have, my thoughts are like powerful magnets. Your thoughts are powerful, attractive magnets, attracting one to another. Thoughts attract to themselves, and you attract thoughts to you by giving your attention to them. Those who speak most of prosperity have it, and those who speak most of sickness or poverty have it. It is low. It can be no other way. So you see, they explain it to you a lot nicer than what I can do. So that was the suggestion for you guys. I really hope you've been enjoying this new type of reading. If you did, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet, and also hit the notification down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video. So my idea is to publish a non-romantical video at least once a week, and then all the others, which is going to be possibly 3 if I can, are gonna be romantic, since it's still the aspect that the majority of you still prefer to watch. But don't forget as well to participate to the polls if you want to have a word regarding the next video's topic, because I always do them all the time. So that's all I have for you guys now. I really hope to see you guys really soon, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye now. Hi guys, if you chose the Four of Crystals with the Shiva's Eye in pile number 3, this is the reading for you. So I don't know if you heard during the intro, but I said that today I can't shuffle the cards live because I just hurt my right hand, so I just have the use of my left hand, which means I'm gonna shuffle them. I've been shuffling them already in a very messy, awkward way that you guys don't need to see with one hand. So they are ready to be cut. And basically what we're going to do during this reading is that we're going to answer to a few questions. First of all, we're going to see what is your attitude regarding abundance. Then we are going to see what are certain blockages that you are aware that are blocking you from getting abundance. Whatever abundance means to you, then we're going to see what are certain blockages that you are not aware. Then we are going to see about the resources that you have but that you haven't used. Then we're going to see a certain changes or advice that Spirit has for you. And then we're going to see certain peoples or events that you need to embrace in order to attract more abundance. So let's go ahead now. The first question is actually being answered by the card that you have in front of you, the card that you chose, which is the Four of Crystals. Okay, so Four of Crystals talk about holding really tight, and could also be having some control issues, some security issues. So it could be that you have the feeling that unless you hold really, really tight on your abundance or on your money or whatever abundance represents for you, you're gonna lose it. Okay, you're really, really scared to lose it. That's what I'm sensing. If you have the impression that you don't have this attitude towards abundance, then this is not your reading, and I would suggest to go back to the intro and make your choice again. But yeah, it really seems that you are afraid to even even just go for a holiday and leave your home, how do you say, not abandoned, but like with nobody in checking who, if there's any thieves or something, you know, it's like you're really scared to lose what you've got because you worked so hard to get it. So it could also mean that you have difficulties spending money if the abundance we are talking about here for you is money. So yeah, that's the attitude. Then we are going to see what is we're going to see next what are certain blockages that you are aware of. We have the Love in reversed, okay, which often talk about choice and trust, but in the romantic aspect, that this card talk about twin flame connection and embracing love, but in other circumstances it talks about making a choice. And since it's in reverse, it seems that it's very hard for you to trust yourself that you're doing the right choice. So it could be that you're very scared that if you do the wrong move, if you take the wrong decision, you're gonna lose everything that you've been earning up until now. Okay, so it really seems that, but you should be aware of this. If you are not aware, again, if this is not describing who you are, then it's probably not the right reading. But it really seems that it's not easy for you to make a choice and trust that this is the right one. Also, I feel that it's not easy for you to trust other people. So if your dreams or your the business you're thinking of, or if you are as well in a relationship and you don't fully trust your partner's ability to hold on the abundance that you guys created together, then that could be an issue to attract more and more abundance. You know what I mean? If you feel I'm the only one being really good at taking care of this abundance and protecting it, but other people's don't, and subconsciously you're telling to the universe, don't give me more because you give me more troubles. I won't be able to control all of it by myself because I lack of trust towards the people that live with me, and they're gonna spend it all in something very unnecessary. You know what I mean? So that could be an issue. Then let's have a look at what are your blockages that you are not aware of. The shadow. Okay, so it could be that you actually don't have a good you don't have a good opinion regarding people that has reached a lot of abundance into their life, because it could bring to addictions. It could you know, we've heard a lot of celebrities that has too much money and then they spend it all in toxic habits that are not really good for them, and it's gonna ruin their life. So it seems that you have this dark opinion regarding money or prosperity in general, abundance in general, and so that could be something that subconsciously is blocking you from having it, from attracting even more. And again, it could be that you're really scared that once you take the wrong choice, it's gonna be like a journey downhill, like a bad habit after a bad habit after a bad habit, and at the end you're gonna lose everything you had. That's what I'm sensing. It's like once you decide to enter into a casino and then eventually you start doing that every single day, and then eventually you lose all your savings. So it's that type of attitude that you have that is probably, it's keeping you safe, it's giving you security, but at the same time it's probably blocking extra abundance to come your way. So let's have a look now at the resources that you have to attract more abundance and that you are not using. And clearly you're not using it because we have the Queen of Acorns in reverse. So there's a lot of creativity being stagnant within you. So I feel that you could be a very artistic person, or either way, like you have lots of ideas and lots of passions, lots of things that make you feel excited and enthusiastic about, or at least they did in the past, and make you feel really driven, like they give you a motivation to wake up in the morning and finally do those things. It could also be gardening as well. I see lots of seeds and ground here, and the Queen of Acorns is one of the queens that is the most connected to nature as well, and animals, so Mother Earth in general. So it seems that Mother Nature, I mean, so it really seems that you are bottling up all these passions, that they are actually a huge resource for you to attract abundance. So it could be that you could sell drawings or sew dresses because you're really good at sewing, for example, or you plant more veggies than you will ever need, so you could sell those or start a little organic food business or things like that. You have so many ideas that you never fully chase, you never fully transform them into reality. Again, possibly because you were scared of that prosperity, or you were scared to lose the prosperity that you earned up until now. So let's have a look now about the changes and the advice that tarots are telling you. We have the Sun in reverse, so it talks about lack of joy, lack of vitality, lack of happiness, lack of clarity as well. So it might be good for you to do something that actually make you feel joyful again. It could be that you have lost a bit the taste of life, the taste of how life can feel joyful and exciting. It could be that now all you're worrying about is to feel safe and to have a house on top of your head, to feel really secure in whatever abundance means to you, and therefore you're not really exploring, you're not making new choices, you're not making new adventures, you're not putting any efforts into the things that you're passionate. So of course you have lacked the joy of life then, because it's here that we find the most joy. So they're really telling you to start finding more clarity about what is it that make you feel alive, okay? And then finally, certain events or people that you should embrace in order to attract more abundance. We have the Moon, which talk about, well, first of all, I talk about your subconscious. So it could be good again to have more clarity regarding what is it that you are hiding into your, well, it's not really, it's too squeeze. Find more clarity regarding what is it that you're hiding into your subconscious. What are your hidden dreams that you are hiding? But also this is telling you to embrace something even though it is not going to give you the security that you would like. At least it is not guaranteeing you that. So it's like a new project that is a little bit mysterious to you, like you don't have the full perception of the long run. You don't know exactly where it's going to bring you, but that's exactly where you're going to find the excitement in life. Trusting the events that come in your life, trusting the opportunity that come in your life, even though they can't guarantee you exactly where is it gonna end up into. But that's all that life is about, really, to just take chances and make choices that could bring you somewhere, or maybe not, but at least you tried and you can say that you have lived, rather than just protecting yourself under I don't know if you say that, like a glass, protecting yourself under glass and then not fully living. So that's the advice for you guys. I'm gonna shuffle them now outside of the camera, the two decks that I have regarding the law of attraction, ask and it is given cards, and then the law of attraction cards. So I'm gonna shuffle them really awkwardly with my single hand outside of the camera, and I'll come back to you. Okay guys, I shuffled them for you, so now I'm just gonna cut the decks for you in order to pick your card what is an advice that Spirit has to give you. And we have, I want continual joyous growth. That's so funny that we are talking about joyous growth and we were just talking about joy. And then here from this deck we have, there is enough room for all ideas and experiences. So let's have a look at the messages behind. So I want continual joyous growth. I am a growth-seeking being, and it is exhilarating to remember that expansion is not only natural, but inevitable. I love knowing that joy is simply a choice. Again, we were talking about choice here. So since my expansion is inevitable, I choose to have it in joy. That's so amazing. I really feel that they are encouraging you to come out of your comfort zone as well. Come out of whatever it is not guaranteeing you stability or security. Even if it makes you feel a little bit scared, it is the right path for you if it makes you feel joyful at least. And so really try and make new choices, and also believe that if you keep staying where you are now and you don't move anywhere, you are not allowing your soul to grow. And we are here with the purpose to go up in the ladder of spiritual awakening and get to a higher vibrational, like a higher, better version of ourselves. So if you stay where you are, it is going to be very hard for you to experience growth there and experience more joy as well. So let's have a look now at this card. There is enough room for all ideas and experiences. From your non-physical perspective, you understood that there is room enough in this expansive universe for all manner of thought and experience. You had every intention of being deliberate about your own life experience and your own creations, but you had no intentions of trying to control the creations of others. We were just talking about control issues here and ideas. Very nice. So really have no limit regarding your thoughts and what is it that you want to experience in the future, because there is no limit. The only thing that you can't do is to tell other people what experience they should have, of course. But as long as you are taking choices for yourself, then that's all good. So that was the reading for you guys. Let me know if you had enjoyed it and if it has resonated with you. I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed, don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video. So I decided that I'm going to do at least one non-romantic video every week, and then at least 3 or so that are going to be romantic, since that is still the topic that the majority of you are looking for. But at least I'm going to try and create a balance. But of course, feel free to participate to the polls if you want to. Let me know if you want to have a word regarding the next video's topic, because most of the time I always ask you before publishing. And that's it for now, guys. I really hope to see you really soon, and thank you so much for watching and for your amazing support. Bye bye, guys. Now, hi guys, if you chose the Page of Feathers with the new Jade in Palm before, this is the reading for you. So just before we start, I want to let you know that I won't be able to shuffle the cards in camera since I can't properly use my right hand today, but I've been shuffling them a bit awkwardly with my left hand outside of the camera, because there's no need for you to have a look at that mess. So they already shuffled. All we need to do is to cut the deck for having your answers. So what we're gonna do as well in this reading is that we're gonna ask a few questions regarding, first of all, your attitude regarding abundance. Then we're gonna see certain blockages that you are aware or not aware of. Then we're gonna see what are certain resources that you are not fully using and that they could help you to achieve abundance. Then we're gonna see certain events or people that you should embrace in in order to achieve more abundance, and then we're going to see certain advices and changes that spirit suggests you to do. So first of all, your attitude towards abundance. We have the Page of Feathers. Is quite nice with the Page of Feathers. Definitely I can see that you are curious, and you are seeing, though, attracting abundance from a logical point of view. So to you, being abundant or not abundant is a matter of intellect, I feel, and logic. So if somebody is not clever with their own money or whatever abundance represent to them, then they are gonna have the right consequences. I also feel like that you really believe that you achieve whatever you achieve dependently on how much you study for. Or that also it all depends from your ability to communicate and to make decision with cold blood, if you know what I mean. So following more your brain rather than your heart. So it really seems that for you it's a matter of being clever with money or whatever else abundance means to you. Okay, but I also feel that you are quite open to it, that you're quite curious to see what is it that you can attract. So I feel that is quite a good attitude for sure. So as I said, I've been shuffling the cards out of the camera, so now we only have to cut the deck and see what cards we have. So let's see some blockages that you have and that you are aware of. Oh, I forgot to say that if you don't see yourself in this, then probably it's not the right reading for you, and I would suggest you to go back to the intro and make a new choice. But so the blockages that you are aware of. Page of Crystals in reverse. Okay, so the Page of Crystals to me in reverse kind of talk about feeling a little suspicious when there is an opportunity, when even somebody else offer an idea or something, or give you an offer, and you're quite suspicious before actually accepting it. It could also be that you are not so good at committing to your own ideas and projects. So you might have lots of ideas here, like with the Page of Feathers as well. I see that you might have lots of creative ideas about how to attract abundance, but then in reality you don't really commit to them. Maybe because you have too many of them, maybe because your brain is so active, and that could be one thing, that you are not really disciplined, you're not really good at putting enough amount of effort every single day towards the thing that you want. And this is something, as I said, that you are aware of. So again, try another pile if this is not you. Now let's see blockages that you are not aware of. Is the Six of Feathers in reverse. So this is like lack of ability to move on and to change as well, but especially to move on from some situation that is not serving you anymore, or something that belonged to the past and you're not fully ready to let the past go. So definitely this is something that is blocking you, whether it's moving hometown, moving country, or moving business, moving home, something regarding moving or traveling. But it could also simply just letting go of a situation that is not giving you much anymore, but you might have got attached to it, so you might feel quite nostalgic if you let it go. That's what I'm sensing. So it could be that yes, you have lots of new ideas, but then you don't fully commit into them, possibly because you are scared that if you commit to them, you're gonna have to let go of an old idea maybe, or an old project that you were working on and that now has slowly faded, and you were not fully ready for that moment. But there is a transition here that you are being resistant to. So let's have a look now at the resources that you have, but that you are not fully using. 10 of Acorns in reverse. So I feel that 10 of Acorns in reverse, it talks about free themselves from huge burdens here and huge responsibility. So it could be that the things that are actually blocking you because you're having a hard time moving on is something that you feel really responsible on, something that you promised that you would have been very dedicated. So you are probably scared that if you start something new, you're gonna have to let go of this, and maybe there's people relying on you, maybe there's some promises that you've done in the past, or anyway, it doesn't even have to do that. It could also be just that you feel responsible but other people don't treat you as such, and or you're not obliged to do those things that you feel so responsible to. So an ability that you have but that you are not using is the letting go of this huge burden on your shoulder, letting go of these responsibilities. So if you are thinking, if you have a great idea, but for example you have to travel for it, or you have to move home for it, or leaving your hometown or the country, whatever it is, but you are scared that you are gonna leave, for example, your family that you were so dedicated on and that you felt so responsible of. I mean, as family, I mean like could be parents or grandparents, or older kids that can already how do you say, provide for themselves. So something that you feel responsible but that you're not fully responsible anymore. So that's the reason why you are not doing that. Could be that you're really attached from these responsibilities, but you have the ability to let go of these, and you are entitled to as well. You are entitled to chase your dreams. Then, as in changes or advices that Spirit suggests here, we have the Nine of Crystals in reverse, which talk about having a bit of lack of abundance indeed, and having a lack of security temporarily, and probably they are saying that you shouldn't let yourself down in the moments where you don't have much abundance, where you don't have enough security as you were wishing for. You don't have to judge yourself and being too harsh on yourself, because you are also, I feel that you might be young as well, since there's 2 pages, so it could be at the early 20s or something, or we are early at 30 as well. Like, it could be that you have like a young soul anyway, you're young in your spirit, and it could be that you are judging yourself harshly if you don't actually reach that abundance. But they are saying that it's very important as well to leave the contrast, because, and then don't focus too much on the negative. Just have faith that abundance will come, that is always there. Also, changes, again, I kind of have the impression that it's important to cut that security that you've been growing up with. And I know that maybe you've grown up in an environment that is very abundant, that gives you a lot of security, but at the same time make you feel very burdened and unhappy because you're not fully free to explore the world. So they're telling you to let go of that, because it will come. You are an intelligent person, you are curious, you like to discover new things, and you have a massive amount of ideas and possibilities and things that you're passionate about. So you really just need to fully commit to those and free yourself from the past, whatever it is, and also take this leap of faith, because it is not easy, of course, to leave the past if it gives you so much security, and go into a new future that is kind of mysterious, that can't guarantee you anything. but at least you can tell that you've been alive, that you've been doing experiences. So even if it means to travel with no money, then do that, you know, just go with the flow. That's what I'm sensing. So then, people or events that you should embrace too. We have a king of feathers here. So it could be that somebody is offering you a leader position and you should totally take it. Also because it's in the same suit of your attitude regarding abundance. So it's like a place where you will be able to use your logic ability, your ability to communicate, your ability to take control of a situation, to take decision head over heart, and yeah, keep everything under control, being fair towards everybody, being loyal. So if somebody's offering you a boss position, a leader position, then take it. But also if there is like a figure that you really respect, that you really admire, and that is giving you advice or giving you some ideas of some sort, then I would listen to this person, because it would easily lead you on a path of abundance. Okay, it's somebody that is definitely experienced. I could also be a teacher. So I would definitely, if you just meet up casually with somebody that looks like the king of feathers, not like it has a face of a lion, but like it has this sort of severity to himself, or like that looks really wise and a bit cold-hearted, but in reality is very caring about others, like that in how do you say, I just have the words in Italian, that is like a bit intimidating. Okay, definitely somebody that has everything under control, or at least that's the impression, or a sort of boss. Then if it's this person is giving you some advice or suggestions, or yeah, invitation, I would take it 100%. Okay, so that's it for the tarot. Then I've been pre-shuffling these two decks. One is the Love Attraction deck, and the other one is Ask and It Will Be Given. Ask and It Is Given cards. But anyway, you can see the title of the decks in the info box below if you're interested to get them. So I'm just gonna cut the deck for you and get an extra advice. We have I Am Magnet, Attracting Unto Myself. And then from this one we have my uncontrolled, let me see, my uncontrolled thoughts are not to be feared. So let's put the other one away and read the message behind. So it says, there is no reason to worry about your thoughts, for they are not like a loaded gun that may wreak powerful and instantaneous destruction. For you have plenty of time, as soon as you become aware of any negative feelings, to begin to choose other less resistant thoughts and thereby choose a more desired outcome. So basically, if you already know about the law of attraction and you know about how much powerful your thoughts, feelings, beliefs are, and that you attract, if you are in a positive vibration, then you will attract positive things to you. Whatever you think, you attract. If you already know this, but you're scared that whatever negative thoughts you have is going to attract bad things, then they're telling you, don't worry, you have enough time to actually compensate that negative thoughts with loads of other positive ones. So it doesn't matter if we have a small percentage of negative thoughts. We are human. It happens to everybody. We can't really expect that it's gonna be rose and flowers all the time, but you will have time. It's not that you're thinking of having an elephant and an elephant is jumping like from the ceiling to your room instantaneously. So they are really telling you not to be scared, but definitely think, because you're very intelligent and you have clear ideas as well about what is it that you want to trust. So keep thinking and writing down what is it that you want to manifest into your life, and don't be too scared of your thoughts. I can see here that there's a resistance regarding your ideas, but don't be scared. And then here we have, I am a magnet attracting unto myself. Without exception, what you give thought to, wanted or unwanted, you begin to invite into your experience. See yourself as a magnet, attracting unto you the essence of whatever you're thinking and feeling. For example, if you feel poor, you cannot attract prosperity. It defies the law. So yes, that's basically the main concept of the law of attraction that we've been talking about. So those were the advice for you guys. Let me know if you've been enjoying this type of reading, and if it has resonated with you. Would love to hear from you in the comments below. And if you enjoyed, don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet, and hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video. I'll try to publish a lot more. Now is about 2 to 3 a week, and I'll try to do 4 to 5, and one of them it will be a non-romantic reading and all the others will be romantic, since it seems that is the hot topic that the majority of you want to listen about, but I want to make everybody happy. So that's it for now, guys. You can see the decks in the affiliate links down below if you want to get them, and it'll also help the channel a little bit if you decide to buy them from those links. And that's it, guys. I really hope to see you really soon. Thank you so much for watching and for your amazing support. Bye bye, guys.